Well, because dreams come true, I am going to work with my newest chinoiserie ribbon, now that I say it right, or I think I do. All right, so I am gonna try and lay the wire in first and see how that goes. Just leave it like that for now. I am going to use my deluxe EZ Bowmaker only for the dowel because I don't know what it is, but that thing is getting under my skin today. It's like the dowels are too tight. I digress. So, okay, let's get started by laying our first tail. And then we're gonna give this a nice crisp twist. Ooh, even on the dowel, it's acting up. All right, and I'm gonna measure 5 inches. Okay. I'm gonna bring it back through the dowels. Crisp twist. And at the 5-inch mark again, and I'm gonna feed it back through. And every time we're feeding it back through, we make sure that it's completely twisted because that's what's gonna keep our loops tight and also make sure that the middle side isn't like too thick because then it's gonna be hard to tie off. So if you measured right the first time, you should just be able to overlap if I measure correctly. Measuring is not my strong suit. That's why I love to cook and I do not like to bake. It's way too specific for me. Okay. All right. Rolling up my sleeves. I mean business, clearly. All right. So this is our 5th loop at 5 inches. I think we're gonna do a total of 8. I mean, dream big, right? So if you don't know the story, this ribbon was in my dream the other day. I dreamt that I got pulled over for speeding and the officer made me make a bow with this, like as punishment, I don't know, punishment, payment, whatever it was. Whatever it was weird. So either I really love this ribbon that much or my dreams are maybe lame. All right, so this is our 8th loop at 5 inches. So I'm gonna cut this to make a tail. Okay. And you don't necessarily have to like cut this. I do because I like to have the extra tails, but there might be a different way, a better way. I am still learning. So I'm gonna start this off the exact same way. I'm gonna make a tail and have it laying flat. I am going to measure at 4 inches. And because I wanna make sure my first one's nice and accurate, I'm just gonna give this a little push just to make sure it's on the 4-inch line. Okay. So crossing over, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to find the 4-inch mark. There we go. We are on our way. I have had some decent luck with selling bows this season. I don't know that I've really tried to just sell bows before, but there is like a high profit margin. That's always good. And I think it's nice if people, you know, maybe they have like one of those plain like boxwood wreaths. They can just keep updating it with different ribbons for the season. Kind of maximize their value. So I'm going to end up with 8 of these 4-inch loops as well. So So doing the math, we're gonna have a 17 loop bow. Because the button will be number 17. I almost feel like you should be able to buy like a standalone dowel for that ribbon. I bet you can. I bet somebody's thought of it. This is number 6. Drop this. It's not working for me. It's like it knows I'm talking smack. So it's refusing to cooperate. Okay, this is our, we're gonna make loops 7 and 8. Okay, I'm going to cut again. And then this last piece is going to be the button. Always starting in the same direction. I'm going to make this probably, it's probably going to be like 3 inches or so. I don't measure this one because it's going to stand alone anyways. So it doesn't have to match anything else. All right, now I'm going to go through and I'm going to spread out the loops so that before we tie this off tightly, they kind of know where their assignments are. I really don't put loops under the tails just because I think that they fall nicer without them. It's just me. Go away, I'm mad at you. Mad at you, Deluxe. Okay, so now we have the wire underneath. So we know it's like in the right spot. It's right here. And it's right here. All right, so I'm not gonna tighten that at all. I'm just going to lift this up. Now I'm going to flip it over. I don't know what I did, but I left one of my loops out. Back in it goes. And when I ship these out, I do put a zip tie over them, and actually I can do that now. Just for the initial part. I don't know why, I feel like the zip tie is just too stiff for me. All right, so I'm gonna find where the wire is. It's right here. So I'm going to use a white zip tie so that the color isn't standing out. nice and tight. Okay, before I flip out my loops, I'm just going to take a second to dovetail. So I fold this in half, the open sides facing this way. I'm going to cut upward at an angle. If you do it and it looks like this, it just means you did it backwards, that's all. So just, again, just flip it over. And there you go. Not a big deal. This is like such soothing music right now. Very zen. Okay. We've got all of our tails zip tied. The dovetailed. Just gonna snip this off and start fluffing. So I'm just gonna put my hand in each of the loops and just structure the wire. This is why it's great to use wired ribbon, because it keeps its shape. So even if this gets smushed, you can go back in and just fluff it again. And I would say off season, I always put tissue paper in my bows, just to, again, like, give it that reinforcement. Like if you were dealing with a different material like satin or something without wire, it's just gonna be floppy. You can definitely do pretty things with it, just not a big bow like this, I don't think, unless it has wire. All right, and here she is. I'm gonna take, I have like a dummy boxwood wreath. I'm gonna take a photo of it and get this listed. Hope this was helpful, guys. Even if it's just watching me make mistakes of what not to do. All right, thanks for watching.